Welcome to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show, where you get advice you can trust from the Capital Region's leading experts in real estate and all related fields. From the latest real estate trends to the best mortgage rates, from curb appeal to home warranty, this is the talk show that will help you save and make the most when it comes to buying or selling your most valuable asset. Now, here's your host, broker and founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, The Property Shop, John Bevilacqua.
Good morning, everybody. Benny P in the house today.
Good morning, John. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you, man. Rocking the Ronald McDonald chair. This is a big weekend, man.
Second day of the Radiothon, absolutely.
Yeah. I got Shawn Moodie again in the house today. He's just putting his headset on, but Shawn and I we have some Ronald McDonald giveaways today, so
nice.
We're going to talk about that today. We got
right.
Shawn's got a book that just came out a couple weeks ago. In fact, we promoted it on. We promoted on the show. What was it, like last month, Shawn? I think you were on. So he's got a guide to business credit building, and we're gonna get into all that in the show in the second half. Mm-hmm. But Shawn's gonna be giving away a couple books to anybody that calls in. Remember, call-in show, guys, 476-5900. That's 518. I have to say 518 because
you do have to say 518.
Corrects me all the time.
Did he really?
He did. He's like, Johnny B, you got to do 518.
Does he not realize that it's you on the top of the show there?
Right. I don't know. It was great having Brother Lou for a couple weeks. I love it. It brings some variety having you guys. So Shawn's got Shawn's gonna be giving away a book, and also if anybody calls in and books an appointment with me to buy or sell a house, I will donate 20% of that sale to Ronald McDonald House. Wow. So that's a lot of money.
That is.
That'll be.
I'm liking it.
A nice donation to give. So guys, don't be afraid to call in. So Shawn is, if you guys don't know who Shawn Moodie is, he is the owner of Moodie Blues. Moodie Blues Consulting. Yes. All right. Because my show notes were wrong and Shawn corrected me. But owner of Moodie Blues Consulting. Shawn's been on the show a few times. He's got a new credit app out. That's a free credit app that you can fix your own credit for free on this app. Am I correct, Shawn?
Yes, sir.
All right, and we're gonna get into that. We're gonna take a quick sponsor break. We're gonna hear some commercials from our sponsors. We're gonna get into Shawn Moodie from Moodie Blues on the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio talk show.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
It's John Tesh. If you're thinking of selling your home, let me take the stress out of deciding which agent to hire. In the Capital Region, the agent I recommend is John Bevilacqua, founder of Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty at The Property Shop. So for 2 decades, John has helped more than 2,500 families buy and sell the place they call home. That's a solid track record, one that's backed up by dozens of 5-star reviews. Hello. In fact, John is so confident in his marketing system to attract the right buyer for your home that he guarantees to sell it at a price and deadline you agreed to, or he's going to buy it himself for cash. And he provides that guarantee in writing. The agent I trust is John Bevilacqua, and he's the agent you should trust too. His name is his promise. Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty. So write this number down. It's 518-957-SOLD. That's easy. 518-957-7653. Or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. I love that one. johnnyhasthebuyers.com, and you'll get your home sold guaranteed.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed Radio Show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, everybody, we are back in the studio here with Shawn Moodie. Shawn, I was just telling Ben was kind of like in awe that we had an author in our midst.
Oh yeah, I'm totally impressed.
Yeah, so Shawn just he just penned a book called The Perfect Formula for Business Credit and Funding. So the book has got so many hacks, tips, tricks on really leveraging business credit and funding, and it relates to real estate so much. That's why we keep having him back on the show. But we're gonna get into the book and really because Shawn's got a new app that we really want to talk about that is going to directly impact home buyers. Now, home buyers through the mortgage process, credit is just a huge factor. It's not the only factor when it comes to qualifying for a mortgage, but it definitely is top 3 things that you want to have tightened up before you start. So a lot of people come to us and they're like, "Hey, listen, my credit's not great. What do we do?" And we tell them, "Hey, call Shawn." Now, Shawn, tell us. Once they call you, let's talk a little bit about the new app and tell us how it works, and let's get into it.
Absolutely. Thank you, John. So before I get into the app, so I've been working with home buyers for over 10 years now. And to your point, credit's very important when you're purchasing a home, when you're purchasing anything, actually, in this country. And so usually we do a free consultation. We'll review the credit report, and then we help the customer to understand what's negatively impacting their credit, and we take it from there.
Okay.
Now, one of the I guess I wouldn't say common, but some of the objections I may get is the client may say, "Hey, Shawn, we really want to work with you. We've got to get this house, but it's really just not in our budget right now," right? Because hey, I got to pay a team to send out these legal disputes to get their credit back on track, and so that's why I'm really excited about this app, because now we're taking away that objection as far as if it's because here's the reality. You got to fix your credit if you're looking to buy a house.
It has to, yeah.
Right.
Doesn't have to be perfect.
Right.
But you got to be above 620 here in all reality, right?
Exactly.
So
it's your financial resume. You've got to get it back on track. So in any case, we want to take away that barrier of, hey, it's not my budget, because the reality is all of us are on a budget, myself included, right? And so with this app now, it's based on artificial intelligence, AI. It's fully automated. And the system will guide you step by step, so they can sign up for free. They only need credit monitoring. So full disclosure, they're going to need credit monitoring, which you're going to need anyway.
Yeah,
you got to have a way to track your credit to see all 3 credit bureaus with the scores. But they enroll in credit monitoring, which is as low as $29.95, and that's it. They get access to the software. The software is completely free, and it's fully automated. It'll guide you step by step. It'll actually highlight what accounts are negatively impacting their score, and then you can, by the click of a mouse, generate high impact dispute letters. I'm talking about professional letters that professionals use, myself, we use to get the credit back on track. And so you get monthly updates. You have access to the portal, so you can track what's being removed, as well as track your scores on a consistent basis. So it's really cool technology. Again, it's you can do this with the click of a mouse. It's super easy, user friendly, and there's no cost.
Yeah, and that's you hit it right on the nose, because the credit monitoring is big. And if you're going to pay for something, pay for the credit monitoring. Because you guys have to look at this. I mean, Shawn, I always joke about Shawn being, and basically your gym coach for credit, because your credit goes up and down. And if you're not keeping an eye, it's like weight, right? Your weight goes up, you're down, you're exercising, it's like, the Peloton app for people that are into fitness. I mean, the Peloton app, you go in, it tells you how many workouts you did, like, how many calories you burned. The credit report's the same thing. Like, you guys may miss a payment on your credit card by accident. You might have an auto pay. Your card expires. I mean, it's happened to all of us, right? Card expires. You miss a payment. All of a sudden, your credit score dropped like 40 points the next time you check it. Like,
try 90 to 110 points.
Okay.
Just one late payment.
Well, there you go, right? So you just put on 50 pounds, by your credit card, your debit card expiring. So if you're not keeping tabs on this and time goes by, it makes it much more difficult. And correct me if I'm wrong, Shawn, to fix your credit at that point. Right now, something that you could have tackled like within a week of knowing that inquiry of that. Not inquiry, I'm sorry, that red mark on your credit score could have been fixed quick if you tackled it quick. Now it's a little more difficult.
Yeah, and I tell people, look, the average consumer, if I ask them to raise their hand if they checked when's the last time they checked their bank account, they'll probably say today, or at least a couple times during the week. You want to have that same level of discipline with your credit. Again, it's your financial reputation, and again, one late payment can destroy your score. So you want to stay on top of it.
And that's the stuff we find when we have somebody that comes in and as a candidate for our VIP homeowner service, right? Our VIP homeowner service gives people access to off-market properties, bank foreclosures, company-owned properties, basically stuff that you're not going to find on Zillow, the MLS, or with any other realtor. And that's an exclusive product we have. So we'll sit down. If you guys are interested in that, give us a call. Right here. Anybody who calls in, Ronald McDonald, we'll give one of Shawn's books and then donate that money to Ronald McDonald. Anybody who calls in wants to buy or sell a house, we will give 20% of that commission to Ronald McDonald's because it is the Ronald McDonald weekend. Am I right, Ben?
It is.
That's
it's
right.
The second day of the radiothon today.
All right. So yeah, just keep that in mind, guys. But people come in, they sit down with us, and we're like, "How's your credit?" Like, "Oh, great. Our credit's like just about above 700." And then we'll send to Ben Forcucci, our mortgage lender, and he comes back. He's like, "Yeah, John, their credit's like 620 right now." And we're like, and we tell them, and it's like they had no idea, right? So this stuff is super important, not just for home buying, just in general.
Absolutely.
Right? Now, with the letters, Shawn, you talk about these letters. What can people actually delete off of their? So with the letters, what are they contesting?
So anything that can be considered delinquent or derogatory. So that could be late payments, collections, repossessions, charge-offs, even bankruptcies, believe it or not.
Okay.
So anything that can be that can show up as a negative mark on your report can potentially be removed.
Okay. And then within these now these guys because this is a free service, the customers that are signed up for the service are not going to have to sit here and handwrite letters to credit bureaus, correct?
No, so they'll have so when they generate the letters, they'll have to print them and then mail them. So they do have to they'll have to pay postage. Now, if they don't want to actually physically mail the letters, we have an option where we can mail the letters for them for $3 per letter.
Okay.
So they can click, and that's by the click of a button, by the way.
Right.
And we can do that for them if they'd like.
So that's how easy you're making it for these for people that sign up for the service, because if not, like, they'd have to come up with what to say to the creditors versus you guys just giving a free template and then saying, "Hey, just give us $3 and we'll mail it for you too."
Absolutely.
Right? So that's big. And I guess, can you do it? Can you do this? Is this like is this legal for a consumer to dispute their own credit? And I only ask because it just seems kind of like, well, anybody could just call in and dispute something. Like, is this something that's federally regulated, or?
Yeah, so under the Fair Credit Reporting Act, every consumer has the legal right to dispute any questionable information on the report. Okay. That is in the law. So absolutely, you have every right as a consumer to dispute anything on your report, because the bureaus have the credit bureaus, and again, these are not government agencies.
Right.
Right. They have the legal obligation to ensure that everything on your credit report is accurate, verifiable, all the information is complete, and any dates associated with any accounts are reported in a timely fashion. So the burden of responsibility is really on the bureaus to ensure that the information on your report is accurate. Now, having said that, there have been studies that show as much as 79% of the credit reports in this country contains something on the report that does not belong there. Right. It could be an outdated address, outdated information, a closed account that's showing is opened, or vice versa. So again, that really highlights the importance of regularly checking your credit report. Yeah.
Well, that makes sense. And the government should be able to dispute these, because you ask yourself, like, who are these companies? Like, who is Equifax? Who is, TransUnion? And they're independent companies separate from the U.S. government. So somebody's got to keep an eye on them. So that makes sense that the government allows the consumer to dispute that. I get it. So Shawn, where can they find the app?
So it's officially launching next week, Wednesday, but you'll have the option on the website. So moodiebluesconsulting.com. It'll be there.
Man, you got a lot going on. You got a book coming out. You got a new app. I mean, man, you're busy. How do you do it? How do you do it all?
Trying to stay busy, John.
You're doing kung fu and everything with your son. Anyway,
take one.
And you're a big Star Wars fan like me. So yeah, you guys heard it first. Free credit app through Shawn Moodie. Again, in the spirit of the Ronald McDonald, if anybody calls in, you got questions about your credit, pick this guy's brain. You got him for another 15 minutes on the show. You got questions about your credit. You want to talk to me about buying a house? Like, let's do it. 518-476-5900. And again, free book. I'm donating 20%. Anybody wants to call in to buy or sell a house right now. On the second half of the show, because we're coming up to the break. Am I right, Ben?
We are correct.
Right, we got maybe 30
yes.
seconds left here. So, second half, we're going to talk about a chapter in Shawn's book and a concept that I think is. I'm actually going through Shawn's business credit building program right now, and I can't tell. I mean, I'm going to give you my testimonial when we come back from the break, but we're going to teach you guys how to be the bank on the second half of the show and buy investment properties through Shawn's book and a concept that is going to be phenomenal. So stick around, and we'll be back after these words.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stonecipher, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the capital region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, guys, second half of the show with my man, Shawn Moodie from Moodie Blues Consulting. And we are talking, second half of the show, first half of the show, we're talking about just, more normal personal credit and how to get that fixed for buying and selling a house. The second half of the show, we're going to focus on Shawn's book. Shawn, tell us a little bit more about the book. Who wrote it? Some of the authors involved in it. What was the process of putting a book together? Like, that's awesome.
Yeah, so I co-authored with a business partner. Her name is Sarah Weldon. She owns a company called Trufinco, and she's really I call her the queen of business funding. And so we've been business partners now going on a little over 3.5 years. And I had a couple of ebooks out there, and she put some stuff together as well. And we just said, hey, it'd be cool if we could have like a one-stop shop resource, right, for all the clients that we work with her focusing more on the funding side and me on the credit side, yep. Obviously business credit. And it just came together. So we've been working on this now for the last several months, and excited that it's finally out there to the masses.
So Sarah's her wheelhouse is funding,
business. Yep,
right, business funding. Mm-hmm. Okay, so you guys paired that up with your credit side of that.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's and so with that being said, the concept in this book that you guys focused on that's kind of geared towards real estate investors is called UBF, or explain it.
Yeah, so UBF is a acronym for, it stands for unsecured business financing. There's a lot of names for it, to be quite honest. So there's capital. Some people call it capital stacking, but it's a bottom line. It's unsecured financing, right? And as a brand new small business owner, and when I say brand new, I'm meaning less than 2 years old in the bank's eyes. Typically, credit or funding options are limited unless you're making a ton of revenue right out the gate, which is not the norm, right?
It's not the norm for a new business, and it's not the norm for a small business owner, even like myself, to understand a lot of these concepts. That's why just a testimonial, like going through Shawn's business building credit program, I've opened up so many different avenues. He's introduced me to so many different people. Opened me up to a great relationship with M&T Bank through a guy, Mike Leary, who I knew was listening this morning. Adam Greavy from just opened me. Not only is it just the information in the book, it's just the connections you make with Shawn as a consultant. So I wanted to give that quick plug to you, Shawn, because I'm going through the process right now, and it's really so easy, soup to nuts. The follow up by his team is great. It just makes it so much easier, and it opens up so many doors for small business owners. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, Shawn.
No worries.
I wanted to talk about you, man. I want to make you look good.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
So with the, you want to go into details of, and this is the book, but you want to go into details of the capital sec. So this is unsecured financing. What does that mean? So you don't have to put up collateral, right? You don't have to have revenue. You don't have to show bank statements.
And small business owners, they don't know. They don't even know this is an option, which is crazy.
Right. Tax returns, no. So really think of it as like, we call no doc, and I'm sure people know what that is. Mm-hmm. And so what are the requirements? So 1, no late payments in the last 12 months.
Okay.
4 or less inquiries in the last 12 months. An inquiry is created when you apply for a new account, right? So you want to be very intentional around only applying for credit when you need it. So 4 or less inquiries in the last 12 months. No bankruptcies in the last 10 years. You have to have a credit card that's at least 2 years old with a minimum credit limit of $2,500. No unpaid collections, ideally no collections, no charge-offs, and less than 5 new accounts in the past 2 years. So if you can say yes to all those things I just said, then you can qualify for up to $150,000, sometimes a little bit more than that, in unsecured funding, and a lot of times it's 0%, or at least anywhere from 12 to 30 months.
Man.
And, I'm not just talking about this because, it's a program that's out there. I've actually leveraged this with 2 different companies and amassed close to $400,000.
Wow.
One company, which is a CBD store, we were only in business about a month and a half, absolutely no revenue, and between me and my wife, we raised close to $200,000.
Amazing.
And the majority of it was 0% interest.
Now, if we got any real estate investors, small business owners out there, give us a call, 518-476-5900. Pick Shawn's brain. There's a lot of questions here. I mean, the guy just told you how to get $150,000 in credit by just being a good business owner. Basically, there was really nothing in there. I mean, a $2,500 credit card limit is really easy to get. Like, these aren't big hurdles to jump through to open up doors. Now, from a real estate perspective, I mean, how can you use these funds? I mean, I know how I in my brain, I'm thinking about how this can be done, but maybe there's something here, Shawn, that, we can collaborate on. And I guess if you were in a position to want to buy real estate, how would you leverage this concept? Well,
there's a couple different ways. One is, I've had, and I'm talking from personal experience as well as clients that I've had the privilege to work with. So, you can use it to actually acquire properties. So let's say you get a property at an auction for like $60,000 or $80,000, or you buy land as an example.
Right.
That's one option. 2, you can use it for rehab costs. Right. So you purchase a property, now you've got to invest another, say, $40,000, $50,000 to get the property in place. Use the funds for that. Now, what I will say is, and this goes for any type of funding you get, you've got to have a plan.
Exit strategy.
So if you're going to be the bank, how are you going to pay yourself back? And so I think you were going to ask me, obviously there's pros and cons, right? So one of the things I tell clients, look, if you're going to get the money, which is great, have a plan, have an exit strategy. How are you going to pay yourself back? So if you're going to use $90,000 at 0% interest, that's going to expire in 24 months. What's your plan to pay yourself back, right? So.
Yeah. Which I think from like a flipping and wholesaling perspective, it's not bad, because you're usually in and out of the flip in 60 to 90 days if you're really good at what you do. If you're not, it might take you 6 months to a year, but you still, if you're coasting on 12 months or 18 months of no interest, you should be good.
Absolutely.
You should be good. But if you're looking at something like, hey, maybe I'll use this money to supplement a down payment on, let's say, a commercial property, a multifamily property, then it's like, all right, man, how do I get myself out of this in 12 to 24 months, and maybe through the use of a refi? But you've got strategies for that, right, Shawn?
Absolutely. And there's ways to, liquidate. So a lot of these, the credit cards, right?
Yep.
So 0%, and by the way, business credit cards that do not report to the consumer credit bureaus, which is huge, right? Because if you've got consumer debt on the consumer side, personally, first of all, you're going to look over leveraged to the bank. 2, your credit score is going to go down. 3, it's going to affect your debt to income. So banks, it's going to be tougher to get significant funding, or even to get approved. You may get declined, right? And so, another beauty of business credit is it's what we call invisible credit, because it does not show up on your personal credit report. Now, it's still personally guaranteed. You got to still pay your bills,
right?
But you can manage. Again, you want to divorce yourself from a financial perspective from the business. Your business expenses stay with the business. Your personal expenses stay with the personal. But John, you made a great point. I've also had investors that use the funds for a down payment on a big property, and again, they've got a plan whether they're going to buy and keep or buy and sell. They've got a plan to pay themselves back. So again, they're the bank, so they don't necessarily need a hard money lender.
Right.
So
yeah, and hard money. Maybe folks don't know what a hard money lender is, but they're basically a loan shark. A glorified loan shark that they'll give unsecured financing based on really just the looks of a property, but your interest rate is like 16, 17%. And you don't pay these guys back. They may not break your kneecaps, but they're definitely going to break your credit, your personal business, and it's going to be ugly if that doesn't come. If you're not paying them back. Not to say you're not going to pay back your unsecured line like Shawn's talking about, but you're also not paying 18% like you would to the loan sharks. So, but hard money gets you where you need to go for some people that are investing in real estate. So it's a means. People use it all the time, but I think this is a way smarter, better idea that's not as popular. Got 30 seconds, Ben?
3 minutes.
Oh, 3 minutes. Oh, my gosh.
You're usually into your spots by now.
We're into our spots, yeah.
Yeah, you would be.
Let's take a quick sponsor break and we'll come back and wrap up the show. Thanks.
To schedule an appointment with John Bevilacqua to help you buy or sell your home, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. John will be right back with more of the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show here on Magic 100.5 and AM 590.
Buying or selling the place you call home can be stressful. When you have questions, you don't want to wait for answers. Well, for 20 years, Kim Salerno and her team at Salerno Law have built a solid reputation with buyers, sellers, and real estate agents as fast, respectful communicators. They know Salerno Law will protect their rights and respond quickly when a question arises. Trust Salerno Law. Call 518-309-3404 and check out their 5-star reviews at SalernoLawNY.com.
Hi, I'm Matthew Stonecipher, owner of Ace Home Inspections. Whether you're buying or selling a home, let your agent know that you want to work with Ace Home Inspections because you insist on the best home inspection services in the capital region. You can also expect a home warranty, pest inspection, and mold assessment included at no additional cost. You deserve better than just a guy in a truck with a notepad. At Ace Home Inspections, we are fully staffed and here for you when you call 518-727-7091 or visit us online at acehomeny.com.
Finding the right mortgage can be stressful. What's really the best rate? Which term makes sense? Hi, I'm Ben Forcucci at Freedom One Funding in Latham. We work with 10 different lenders who provide 100 different mortgage products. I'll listen to what your needs are, and then I'll do the work to find the right option for your particular situation. We have special expertise in helping first-time home buyers. So eliminate the stress and call me today at 542-LOAN. I'm Ben Forcucci from Freedom One Funding, and I'll do the shopping for you. Call 542-LOAN.
W263CG Albany, W245DA South Glens Falls.
If you're buying or selling your home and would like to schedule an appointment with John, call 518-957-SOLD or go to johnnyhasthebuyers.com. Now back to the Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show and your host, John Bevilacqua.
All right, we got to wrap this up really quick. I want to thank Shawn Moodie coming in from Moodie Blues Consulting. Again, Shawn, we promised anybody a book. If you call in after the show, if you heard the show and you got tied up and you couldn't call in, we'll get you one of Shawn's book. We'll donate that money to the Ronald McDonald House. And if anybody calls in this weekend looking to buy or sell a house, you heard the ad on 95.5 or 100.5 because we got ads running all weekend. We will take 20% of that commission and donate it to Ronald.
Nice.
We want to get some nights sold for them and hit the goal because last year I think we shattered the record, right, Ben?
Yeah, I believe we did.
We did.
So
yeah.
We'd like to do that again. That would be great.
That would be amazing.
Yep,
So
that would be awesome.
Anyway, again, want to thank Shawn. We got a great show coming up next week, and it's actually my birthday next weekend. So,
happy birthday!
Yeah, thank you very much. My birthday's next weekend, so we got Dave and Joe Malone, Dave McKenzie and Joe Malone coming on the show to substitute for me. And so guys, stay warm. Shawn, thanks again for coming on.
Thank you, John.
Give them the website really quick.
www.moodybluesconsulting.com, and for the book, it's businessperfectformula.com. Thanks again, John.
All right, guys, have a great weekend.
The Your Home Sold Guaranteed radio show is presented by Your Home Sold Guaranteed Realty, the property shop. Join broker and founder John Bevilacqua every Saturday morning at 8:30 to hear about the latest real estate trends here in the capital region, where to find the best mortgage rates, home insurance, home warranties, and more. To speak to John about buying or selling your home, call now to schedule an appointment. 518-957-SOLD. That's 518-957-7653. Or go to JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com. That's JohnnyHasTheBuyers.com.